Welcome back to Bloom. Etiquette is not just about which fork to use in polite behavior. It's also important to think about in your relationship. Joining us now with the 5 best etiquette tips for dating and relationships in 2022 is etiquette and culture expert Sharon Schweitzer. Welcome to Bloom, Sharon.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So, Sharon, talk to us about first dates on these dating app platforms. What is the kind of etiquette that you should use?
Well, it's really important to realize when you are on a dating app that you want to confirm that first date on the app itself and not switch over to telephones. You are going to be 60% more successful if you do so on the app itself as opposed to exchanging telephone numbers. Once you start exchanging telephone numbers, you're more likely to forget a text, get caught up in something else, forget totally to confirm things, and relationships sometimes turn platonic. But on that dating app, you're far more likely to have it go ahead and convert to a date, get scheduled, and be successful. So stick to those dating app platforms.
And Sharon, you say scheduling is also important. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can continue to have conversations on the dating app, but scheduling a date, actually confirming a date, that makes a big difference, because then you have something set and scheduled where you're actually meeting. You're going to have a date, you're going to actually meet the other person, and that makes a big difference. The other thing you want to do, and although this isn't in the written tip, is you want to do a video call, a Skype or Zoom or something, where you see what the person actually looks like. Do they really look like that profile photo?
And what about, that's a good one because you don't want to be catfished. What about setting healthy boundaries?
Healthy boundaries is another one that's really important, because once you go out on that date in 2022, you want to make sure right away you let them know if they're doing something that you're not comfortable with. So set that boundary right away. If they start interrupting you, if you are in the middle of sharing a story or you're saying something and somebody right away starts interrupting you, let them know that that's not okay, and get their buy-in. Ask them, do you mind if I finish my story? Because you're going to find out right away if that's something that they routinely do. And if they're not going to agree, hey, I'll stop interrupting you, maybe you don't want to continue to a second or even third date.
So this goes kind of hand in hand with your next advice. Communicating your preferences is a mature thing to do.
It is. A lot of times people they used to use the word adulting for this, but it's very mature to communicate your preferences. Let's say you have a job that requires you to be on Zoom or Skype calls or go to meeting platforms all day, and you do not have time to text or make calls or do anything personal during the day. So you can't get back to anyone until after a certain hour during the day, or even during the night if you work the night shift. Communicate that preference early. Let them know, hey, listen, I am really busy with demands during my workday. I'm not going to get back to you. I'm not going to text you right away. So I need you to understand that. Or if, they have what's called hardballing now, where people say, you know what, at the beginning of the date, these are my preferences. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking to get married, or I am not going to have children. And I want to get that out right now. I want to let you know these are my preferences. And if this is what you're looking for, we probably shouldn't continue this relationship.
We have just under a minute left, but when you say ask for clarification, the 5th tip, what does that mean?
Sometimes people make comments during the date. They will say something to you and you don't know what they meant by that. What was that comment about? So it's a really great idea to ask them what they meant. Excuse me, can you educate me? What exactly was that comment? Help me understand that. 90% of the time, if it's business or technical, they'll explain it to you. But if it was a rude, condescending comment, they might either retract it or apologize. But have them explain what they meant by that if you don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not even dating. I'm going to use that last one for sure. But thank you so much. This has been so interesting. I appreciate you joining us on Bloom today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And you can head to protocolww.com for more information, and we will be back with more Bloom right after this, so stick around.